rededicating the first and only LGBTQ crosswalk in the entire city of Los Angeles. This is an effort that my team and I have been working on for the last couple of years. We've had the community out here today celebrating, and it's just a really important reminder that Venice is a place of inclusion and diversity and love, and I couldn't be more proud that I am of the city today.
It's such a beautiful design. I'm a designer, so I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, somebody put a lot of thought into this and it's really beautiful.
There's two main important aspects of this project. The first is the safety improvements. Abbot Kinney is a very heavily walked upon corridor, so improving the pedestrian safety and accessibility to all is kind of one of our main purposes of the project. And the other one is to promote visibility, representation, and honoring the LGBTQ plus community here in Venice.
I think it marks this as a place where people are free to be who they are, that they can access our shops and our restaurants and visit this part of our city and not worry about intimidation or harassment. Venice is built on a foundation of inclusion.
Especially in these times right now, I think that people putting themselves out there to do something like this is really remarkable.
This is a really important project, and this will bring momentum to the future for more projects like this.
Radical Kinship has made them the largest gang rehabilitation and re-entry program in the world. A new plan to expand the campus at Homeboy Industries will include more healing, more housing, and more hope.
Well, we're here kicking off a launch of a $100 million campaign to build the Father Greg Boyle Center for Radical Kinship and Hope Village. And what that means is there's going to be a place where people can get mental health services, a place to live, job training, get the wraparound services, and critically the love and support they need to change their lives.
So we're in the shade of Men's Central Jail, which we hope they'll eventually tear down to make way for this project. So we're celebrating Frank McCourt has given us $10 million to launch this $100 million campaign. We're hopeful that if we imagine something like this, we can all roll up our sleeves and make it happen.
Frank McCourt is coming together, Homeboy Industries are coming together to tell people that they do have a second chance, that this is not their only chance. Today is Mental Health Day, and so we're reminding folks about what this expansion is about, that people are out there to heal, people are out there to care, and that's what this is about. And so that investment is an investment into the future of Homeboy Industries.
This isn't just about kind of expanding us. It's about inviting us to imagine, and that we will leave nobody behind.
You can't get well in a cell. You just can't. There's no example of that. This new Father Gregory Boyle Center for Radical Kinship and Hope Village become a model for the whole country and the world, because every community deserves this kind of space that believes in people enough to invest in them time and time again. Thank you.
It's a hot topic. Councilmember Kitty Yaroslavsky joined LA Civil Rights and community members to learn more about policymaking on menopause. They heard what other cities have put in place and how LA can catch up.
The city has done some incredible work on behalf of women. These benefits really reflect the city's acknowledgement of what our bodies and our minds go through.
We're here at Lacey this morning to talk about perimenopause, which is incredibly important to half the population of people, right? Perimenopause is something that doesn't announce itself in the same way other parts of one's life do. And the changes that women go through when they hit often their 40s through to their 60s are significant and have been underemphasized for a really long time. So it's really important that we bring together experts to help figure out how the city of Los Angeles can do a better job of supporting women who are going through perimenopause.
I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to present the work that City of Melbourne is doing.
It's just so important for all women who are going through menopause and perimenopause. We need awareness, and we need to talk to each other about what we're experiencing and what we can do to push toward legislation to try to make everyone aware and give more protection.
It's a subject that is not talked about, yet half of the world's population experiences it. And we don't really talk about it. We don't study it. We certainly don't view it as an issue that should be addressed publicly or collectively.
The LA Civil Rights Department, in partnership with our Commission on the Status of Women, wants to be intentional to meet the needs of all community members. When we say LA is for everyone, we mean women who are dealing with menopause.
Well, one thing I think that will come out of the roundtable today is there is an economic cost that you will experience from this.
It has economic value to provide this type of care. It's not just like a nice thing to do, but there's an economic rationale here on top of that.
We want to find out the best practices of how to support women going through menopause. We want to let people know that learning about menopause in your 40s and 50s could actually extend your quality of life and reduce medical costs and, of course, extend your actual life cycles.
School principals based in the city gathered to learn more about how they can connect with city services. These supports will serve the principals in operating their schools and, of course, helping their students.
We're here at LA Trade Tech, meeting with principals locally to the area from elementary to high school. We're going to talk about all the city services that we offer. So there's a lot of key organizations that are going to be offering resources today. All People's Community Center, Department of Sanitation, Department of Water and Power, LAPD. A lot of principals have been asking us, hey, Jose, how do we get in contact with the local officer? Hey, how do we get in contact with the local sanitation crew? So today we got them all together to make sure that those questions are answered. It's really important that we connect with our local schools because a lot of insecurity is going on with the administration right now, with funding and public safety. We wanted to make sure that the local schools got to know who the city council member is, who local departments are, because eventually we all have to work together.
This gathering today is so sanitation can give out more information on illegal dumping and homeless encampments. So we want to make sure that they have all the information and know the steps on how to report. They can go onto MyLA or even the LA Sanitation website.
Getting other resources today is pivotal to maintaining quality programming within our city, especially our District 9. That's where our school is located. And so I'm just excited to be here to get all this valuable information and take it back to my community. Share it and do something about it too.
Small Business and Entrepreneur Financing Program. Latino Historic Places will be marked by LA City Planning, and Councilmember Eunices Hernandez offers support for renters. These stories up next on City Beat.
Mayor Karen Bass encourages local small business owners and entrepreneurs to apply for the city's contract financing program. The program provides an opportunity for local small businesses to better understand the steps needed to be a city contractor. Through the partnership with Bank of California, $1 million in funding was provided to establish and facilitate the program. With this initiative, small business owners can secure competitive loans to help fund materials and equipment. For more information, go to mayor.lacity.gov/press. The Los Angeles City Planning's Office of Historic Resources is announcing the launch of Historic Places LA Revealed Latino Los Angeles. The Office of Historic Resources is looking to select sites that reflect the Latino community and heritage around Los Angeles. Markers will be installed at over 100 sites, creating the opportunity for community engagement at these historic places. An online survey is available for Angelenos to share locations they believe hold Latino heritage that should be recognized. For more information, visit Planning for LA on Facebook or Instagram. Councilmember Eunices Hernandez announced new data showing evictions in her district have declined, dropping 10% in the last 2 years. Citing a new precedent for citywide accountability, Hernandez has secured the first ever administrative citation against an abusive landlord. The Highland Park landlord was fined for violations that included unauthorized entries, false permit filings, and armed guards sent to intimidate families. Hernandez said that her office has distributed more than $100,000 in rental assistance in the past year, and staff are dedicated to helping tenants with eviction notices. For more information, visit the Press Releases tab at city1.lacity.gov.
Now, in its 8th year, the annual Reseda Rising Art Walk uses Sherman Way as a backdrop for performances and art. A nighttime stroll reveals dancers and interactive art lighting up the neighborhood. Let's take a look.
Well, today is the Reseda Rising Art Walk. It's an annual festival. We started a number of years ago. It's our 8th time doing it, and it's a place where we get to bring community together to celebrate Reseda and the artistic community that's here, to sort of lean into the art that is a part of the backbone of Reseda, where people are doing performances, painting, live interactive exhibits, music, food, concessions, all sorts of exciting fun things for the family.
What brought me to the festival is to spend time with my family, quality of time, and to see some other arts going around and get to know new people too and new cultures.
Making my art is how I say I love you to the world, and when a bunch of other like-minded individuals can come out to our local community and do that, it's just a bunch of people saying I love you to each other, to everybody, and that works for me.
That's why we're here at Reseda Rising, to celebrate community. Reseda has been my home since 8 years old. My brother went to high school here, and my mom lives down the street. So it's just great to be outside and see, my community and our common thread of art and creativity.
It's good to bond with the family, to walk, and to know what is around here, They have shown new projects that are going to be around too, so I like that.
Art events like these are important because otherwise there's Etsy, there's Shopify, but those are kind of dispassionate. But here when I come out to these events, I see people that I know, people that maybe I haven't seen for a while. It's like, hey, actually just the booth across from me is someone that I know that I haven't seen for a good while, and it allows for reconnecting, especially after several years of not being able to connect with people.
It's music and art here at the Art Walk, but really it's all about economic development. It's about taking this area and giving it the support that it needs, and to invest in Reseda and to transform it to not just be what it was before, but to be something new and special and really great for Reseda. And we are seeing that unfold in front of us through this festival, but through all the investments, and Reseda is rising.
Would you dare go into the water? Councilwoman Monica Rodriguez hosted a celebration at Hansen Dam for the 50th anniversary of Jaws, the movie that dug its teeth into audiences and never let go.
Today we're here at Hansen Dam Aquatic Center, where we are screening and celebrating the 50th anniversary of the release of Jaws. That movie was so iconic for so many of us growing up. It's kind of fun to bring it back and commemorate the first screening that I had here at the Hansen Dam Aquatic Center, which was Jaws back in 2018.
We have food trucks, we have a DJ, we have so many activities in the water. We have the water slide, and it's a free event.
With With so many families struggling financially, these are opportunities that allow families to come together with their neighbors, and we get thousands of people that come out. It's not just the movie. It's using one of our community amenities and really having a wonderful time making memories that will last a lifetime. So I'm really happy that we're able to offer these types of events that bring families together, that are in our own neighborhoods. They can do it right here in their own backyard.
This is like the best pool because it's one of the biggest pools like in LA area. It has so much space. It could accommodate so many people. I just really like this pool.
So it was a really good summer. People came in, they feel safe. The lifeguards, like these two right here and everybody else, they do an amazing job making sure that everybody's safe in and out of the water. Right here in CD7, we do our best to provide an excellent service to the community, working together in a partnership with Council District 7, Monica Rodriguez. So our job is to make sure to provide different opportunities for the public to enjoy.
We go to great lengths to try and help create environments that will help leave positive and happy memories for you and your family at zero cost, because we want to make sure that as difficult as times are, that you still have those moments that no one can take from you. And that's what these events are all about.
And that looked like a Jocelyn event. A Welcome for Wisdom. LA's Department of Aging and the Sparks basketball team continue their outreach program for seniors in the community. It's all about keeping your balance in life and on the dance floor.
So we're currently at Felicia Mahood Multipurpose Center. Today we partnered up with the LA Sparks.
You're gonna flex and just do a quick little arm, okay?
They came out and were doing exercises with the seniors. They're really active with them, really engaging. We had Sparky, the mascot, come out. It was a lot of fun. We had a great time kind of getting them up and active, and it was a great event.
We enjoy giving back to the community.
Up. Good job. Come back down.
Seeing the smiles that come with it. We always try to bring our mascot out to the community, and so he always gets a few laughs. But the biggest thing is just making sure that everybody feels warmed and welcome. A lot of times, as you get older, you feel like you're forgotten, and we wanted to make sure that they felt like they were still very relevant and that we were wanting to get some wisdom from them, along with bringing them some joy and some laughter and a different experience that they're not used to receiving.
Thank you so much.
Keeping our seniors moving is so vital, so important to our department, the Department of Aging, because we want our seniors to not just go through the day-by-day routine, but to really thrive. A lot of our senior centers, they offer that. So whether it's learning a new skill, engaging in a new program, or learning about technology, computers, they can do just that. And then with exercise especially, it's so important that we move and that we have that physical mobility.
We want to make sure that we don't fall. A lot of this is, keeping your balance and not being able to fall, because if you fall, you're out of luck. And something can break and you can just end up being horrible. So this has been a really fun time. All of the instructors here are really good and all different. Just different to see different people do different things, and you do different things, and so it's fun. And a lot of it is sitting, some is standing, so you get the whole gamut.
They led us in some great exercises, worked up the sweat, played some bingo, and just had a great time today.
They're able to really just kind of fellowship and be around others, engage, socialize, because we really want to make sure we do our best to decrease social isolation. They don't have to get plugged in and involved to every single thing. We don't want to overwork them or anything like that, but they can really engage in as little or as much as they like. So if they want to come twice a week and have a ball, they can. If they want to be here every single day and just sit back and observe, they can. There is a place and space for them. Yeah.
It is so vital for our community, especially for this age range and demographics that we serve. Sometimes we might be the only meal that the seniors are eating with us, or we are their only source of community and engagement and family. And so I see it on their faces on a daily basis. Just it's something that is very important to them.
No discord here. Each year, the Watts Towers Jazz Festival continues to bring harmony and joy to the local community. Step up to enjoy all the sounds of the festival.
We're the oldest of their kind, these festivals, and it is so important that these festivals continue to be produced in the Watts community.
What we are doing today is the 48th annual Simon Rodilla Watts Towers Jazz Festival. And I have been the master of ceremonies or co-master of ceremonies for the last 21 years. And it's a magnificent event for the community because it's in the community where it's supposed to be for people who live here and people who live around here.
Just the fact that it's here, people can come out, sit, and listen to music. They can walk the grounds and see various cultural shops, and they have the food, and then they got a free area where they dance, and they have the drummers doing free drumming and stuff like that. I mean, it's like a breath of fresh air, you know. It's like something that the community needs, you know, and we look forward to this being here for another 48 years, you know. It's been a beautiful thing.
You know, to be honest, I've often heard it said that jazz is dead, but I have to say that being here today proves that that statement is a lie. Jazz is very much alive and well, and the youth of today and hopefully the youth of tomorrow will continue to push the art form forward.
Truly a blessing and great thing for us to be here in 2025. It's always good when you can serve your community. And, you know, we go all over the world doing concerts, but it's a total different thing when we're at home.
We'd also like to invite you to next year. We're always the last weekend in September. You can come here and we got you. We love you and are waiting for you, so come see us.
In this week's feature story, our Maria Hallbrown is in conversation with Steve Kang. As leader of the Board of Public Works, Kang is involved with all aspects of infrastructure in the city, from the day-to-day to the Olympic-sized challenges ahead.
For someone who's not familiar, the Board of Public Works impacts a swath of the city. What are some of the areas that the commission actually has oversight on?
Sure. We're a 5-member body, all appointed by the mayor with confirmation by the city council. What makes us so unique is that we're all full-time. We're the only full-time commission body in the city. We meet 3 times a week, similar to city council, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we hold over 150 public meetings. And the role of the board is really to provide that oversight, transparency, public accountability, and that governance to 5 of the most critical infrastructure core building blocks of our city. So we oversee the Bureau of Sanitation, lights, streets, contracts, and engineering that basically works on pretty much all the public right-of-ways, from your streets to your sidewalks to your trees to your sewers to new construction projects, and then leading up to the Olympics as well. Right now, we're in sort of that growing pains phase where you're seeing a lot of construction in different parts of town, but you're not seeing those headlines and you're not seeing sort of the final ribbon cutting projects that are coming to life. So for example, there's a brand new Purple Line that's been an underground metro project that is partnership with the city, that connecting from the Wilton Theater in Koreatown, Wilshire, and Western to UCLA. So with stops, once that's open, way in before the Olympics, that's an 18-minute one-way. Those things are going to be opening up. I know the People Mover system at LAX. There's going to be other underground construction projects, and also many of the sidewalks and the trees and the streets are now being prepped for the games ahead of time. Most recently, the Board of Public Works also approved the construction contract for the LA Convention Center expansion and modernization project. So that is a very robust project that will expand the size of the convention center, We felt that the urgency of the moment in terms of revitalizing downtown LA to where it needs to be could not wait another 3 years. So yes, there has been some delays, unfortunately, because of the fires and recently the ice raids. Those things are not helping to move projects along. And I know there are concerns about the budget and cost overruns, but I have hope and I have firm belief that when we have a firm deadline, and we do have a firm deadline because we can't push back the Olympics. So our staff and our construction partners and our labor partners are well aware of that timeline. We can get it done on time.
In this week's Things to Do, celebrate for the 9 days running up to Dia de los Muertos. Make a splash at the renovated Verdugo Hills pool and enjoy a pumpkin patch festival. All this up next on Things to Do.
The Olvera Street Merchants Association Foundation invites Angelenos to the Day of the Dead, beginning on Saturday, October 25th. The 9-night celebration is a time to remember and honor our loved ones who have passed on. Day of the Dead at Olvera Street is the only celebration of its kind in Los Angeles, with nightly processions, community altars, and entertainment. Bring the family and head down to El Pueblo to celebrate Day of the Dead, starting Saturday, October 25th through Sunday, November 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. For more information, visit olveraevents.com. Councilmember Monica Rodriguez invites Angelenos to the Verdugo Hills Pool reopening on Saturday, October 25th from 10 a.m. Verdugo Hills Pool is conveniently located in Tujunga and offers a variety of programs like lap training and aquatic classes. So grab your bathing suit and your swimming trunks and head out to Verdugo Hills Pool reopening on Saturday, October 25th, starting at 10 a.m. For more information, visit the Events tab at cd7.lacity.gov. It's that time of year for witches and warlocks to appear. Councilmember Eunices Hernandez and the City of Los Angeles Department of Recreation and Parks invites you to their free Pumpkin Patch Festival on Saturday, October 25th from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. So gather your little ghouls and goblins and head on down to Rio de Los Angeles State Park at North San Fernando Road. Enjoy music, arts and crafts, face painting, and much more. Come to the Pumpkin Patch Festival, Saturday, October 25th, starting at 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. For more information, visit the calendar tab at cd1.lacity.gov. And that's a look at some things to do.
And that's all for this week. I'm Natalia Bilbao, and from all of us here at LA This Week, thank you so much for joining us. Remember that you can watch us online anytime at lacityview.org, and we're also on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube. See you next time for more LA This Week.
Did you know the average LA resident uses about 89 gallons of water each day? Challenge yourself to conserve. Turning off the faucet when you brush saves up to 10 gallons of water. Taking a 5-minute or less shower saves up to 15 gallons of water. Washing only full loads of laundry saves up to 30 gallons of water. And fixing a running toilet can save up to 50 gallons of water. Keep it in mind all day, every day. It's water conservation the LA way.
Good morning and welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of your Los Angeles City Council. Today is Tuesday, the 21st day of October. Public comment for this morning's meeting will be taken in person in this chamber. Madam Clerk, let's begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Yes, sir. Blumenfeld, Harris, Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Gerardo, Lee, McCosker, Nazarian, Padilla, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Yaroslavsky, 11 members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
All right, first order of business.
Approval the minutes of October 17, 2025.
Councilmember Rahman moves. Councilmember Soto Martinez seconds. What's next?
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
Councilmember Hernandez moves. Councilmember Park seconds. What's next?
Mr. President, today's Tuesday. It's time for the flag salute.
All right, I'll ask everyone in the chamber to rise and face the flag and follow along with Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, Madam Clerk, let's run through our agenda.
Yes, sir. Item number 1 and 2 are items noticed for public hearing. Items 3 through 6 are items which public hearings have been held. For item number 3, the Echo Park Neighborhood Council submitted a community impact statement against the proposal. Items 7 through 23 are items which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for consideration.
All right, without objection, those items are now before us. Are there any specials, members? Any specials on my left? Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. I'd like to call item 4 special for separate vote and item 5 special for comments, please.
All right, 4 and 5. All right. Any other specials on this side of the room? Councilmember McCosker.
Thank you very much. On item number 1, we can receive and file as the lien has been paid in full.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. All right, Councilmember Park.
Can we hold item 4 at the desk, please?
4? Okay.
Thank you.
I think we called 4 special, so it'll be after public comment. Does that work?
Yes.
Councilmember Rodriguez.
Item 3 for a separate vote.
All right, item 3. All right. Any other specials? Councilmember Rahman.
I just wanted to flag that for item 19, we need to note and file this item as this individual has removed their name for consideration.
Is there a second to Councilmember Rahman's motion to receive and file?
Mr. McCosker.
And then for item 17, after it has been voted on, I just wanted to make a request that it move forthwith.
All right. All right, any other items? All right, Madam Clerk, are there any items that we can consider at this time?
Mr. President, Council can vote on item 6, sir.
All right, let's open the roll on that item. Close the roll, tabulate the vote.
11 ayes.
All right, what's next?
Mr. President, Council may now go to presentation, sir.
All right, thank you. We have a special day of presentations today. We'll begin, as we begin many of our council meetings since early this summer, by chronicling and putting on our council record the impact of the aggressive, vicious, and some would say unconstitutional immigration enforcement that has been visited on our city and now many other cities across the United States. And today we'll have folks from Council District 15, which I'll ask Councilmember McCosker to introduce at this time, and we will hear from this resident.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, and thank you, members. We are honored to be joined by a brave person, Eloy Marin's daughter, Jenny, and Jenny is here with me. Eloy is a beloved member of our Wilmington community. Eloy was picked up, abducted last Monday in a federal immigration enforcement sweep while he was at work at OHAS, which is an important business in our community. You know what Eloy was doing when he was picked up? He was just taking out the trash. He was just doing one of the things that happens in a small business. His employer, OHAS, posted on social media this message: "He has been a valued member of the OHAS family and a beloved part of our community for over 12 years. His dedication, kindness, and hard work have touched so many of our customers, including this customer, and staff alike." Eloy's family immediately came to our office, which is just up the block from OHAS. When they learned what had happened, we were gratified to be able to connect them to Congresswoman Barragan's office, who has been very helpful in helping initially locate Eloy. And then very importantly, Janice Hahn's office has been extremely helpful, and Esperanza Immigrant Rights has leaned in. So this really is, it's all about the family of electeds and good workers in our community all leaning in. But this is an important story to be able to tell. And I would like to introduce Jenny Marin, Eloy's daughter, to speak about the personal experience with this circumstance.
Good morning, Council. Thank you for having me and taking the time to hear a little bit about my story today. My name is Jenny Marin, and I am here to tell you about my dad, Eloy Marin, who was taken from our family last Tuesday on October 14th. Almost 30 years ago, when he was my age, my dad left Mexico chasing the American dream like most immigrants do. He came to the United States to build a better life, to start a family, and to contribute to this country, dreaming of one day becoming a citizen. But that simple human dream has proven far more difficult than he ever imagined. And now he's being punished for believing in it. Last Tuesday morning, while going on about his day and taking out the trash at work, he was cruelly and unlawfully taken by 3 ICE men without a warrant. They surrounded him, verbally abused him, and threatened him in attempts to force him to reveal his legal status. But my dad stood strong. He refused to give in to their intimidation, their cruelty, and their abuse of power. My dad is not a criminal. He is not a threat. He is a hardworking, kind, and selfless man, the kind of person every community needs more of. He has spent decades here, waking up early, working long hours, and doing everything that he can to provide for our family. He pays his taxes, treats everyone with kindness and respect, and he's always the first to lend a hand when someone needs it. To me, he's not just my dad. He's my best friend and the person that I look up to the most in this world. He's a man who has taught me what integrity looks like, what it means to show up, and how family is the most important thing we have in the world. He lives for his wife and 4 kids. He's the reason that I am the woman that I am now, hardworking and dedicated like him. Because of my dad, I will be the first in my family to graduate from university in engineering this fall. And I will have the life that he has always dreamed of. The man that I am telling you about, my dad, is the same man now that is sitting in a detention facility, hours away from his home and family. He sleeps in a room with more than 40 other men, eats food that shouldn't even be called food, and is only allowed outside for only 2 hours a day. He said he feels like a locked up animal, his freedom and comfort taken away from him. It has been exactly 1 week since he was taken from us. 1 week since he sat with us at our dinner table and kissed us goodnight. 1 week since our lives were turned upside down and filled with worry, fear, and an ache that doesn't go away. My dad does not deserve this. He deserves to be home with his family where he belongs. He deserves to spend the holidays surrounded by family, not locked behind walls. He deserves to see his kids graduate from college and share in the moments that he has worked so hard to make possible. With broken hearts, my family and community ask you to please help bring him home, as well of all of the others that have done no wrong in this society. Please stand with all the families who have been torn apart by these unjust detentions. No one should have to live in fear of losing the people they love for simply trying to build a better life. Thank you. Do I just keep signing here?
When this story was covered in the news, when you see the video of Eloy being taken away in handcuffs, he carried himself with such dignity and such grace at the most traumatic moment maybe of his life. He was the only person in the shot that showed any human dignity. And you can see where Jenny gets it. The same grace and the same strength and the same power in telling her story. So thank you, Jenny, for sharing with us.
Thank you.
And we stand with you. Last Monday, I want to say that 7 people were taken in Wilmington. And the Wednesday before that, 10 people were arrested in San Pedro. And the weekend before that, enforcement agents targeted a car wash around the corner from my house, taking 1 worker but arriving in 7 vehicles, while a dozen other folks were in the employees-only area that worked, by the way. It worked. And agents, these cowardly agents, stayed on the perimeter of the property waiting for hours for these guys to come out. And I happened to be on site, and we were able to wait them out. This all happened within a month. Probably not coincidentally, it began right after a New Yorker article came out about the Harbor Area Peace Patrol, a group of do-gooders in our community, like many of you have in your communities, began documenting these stories. And these cowards, from the top on down, have targeted a community because we are willing to stand and take videos and record license plates and stick up for our neighbors who are not criminals. Like Eloy, they are folks who show up for work and pay taxes and do all the things from making the food to emptying the trash cans, because that's what decent, hardworking people do. So I want to thank Jenny for being here today. I want to thank everybody in all of our communities that support these efforts. I want to encourage folks in the 1-5 to sign up to support the Harbor Area Peace Patrol. I want to encourage everyone, if they see something, if they see an ICE operation, record it, and you can call the Rapid Response Hotline at 888-624-4752, because we're living in a moment in time, a moment in history where folks will remember whether they stood with dignity and grace like Jenny and Eloy, or whether they cowardly turned on each other. So thank you, Council President, and thank you, members, for hearing this story, one of many, and every single one of these stories is deeply important. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mr. McCosker, and thank you, Jenny, for being with us this morning. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McCosker, and thank you, Jenny, for very powerfully and beautifully talking about what your family is going through right now. And, you know, your story is no different than mine. When I think about the shared history of what our families have endured in order to get it and make it in this country. I want to thank you for having the strength to show up and tell that story. But I want to remind everybody, because, you know, and Mr. McCosker, you know, this is important for us to keep top of mind for everyone. ICE is right now, there's an ICE sighting in, adjacent to my district in the city of San Fernando at the Home Depot once again, and that's where so much of this actually culminated. But what I want to remind everybody, because this is the unspoken part of what's happening when we talk about the cowardice or people trying to continue on with life as usual, as all of this is happening. You know, our money speaks power, and immigrants represent a multi-billion part of our financial stability, not just in the state of California, not just in Los Angeles, but across this country. And where we spend our money is equally as important as protest. And making sure that we reinvest our dollars in the small immigrant-owned businesses, making sure that we don't support sports teams that don't stand with us or speak out in support of us, I think speaks volumes. And I want to encourage everybody to speak action with their dollars in addition to their words. And I think it's a movement that we need to continue to encourage people to embrace, because people can find rationality and distraction with a lot of this and justification to continue on with life as usual. But the reality is this moment, the one thing, and we saw this even with Disney's actions with Jimmy Kimmel, is that when we decide to actually use our dollars to speak what we want, people move. And so I want to encourage everybody to actually start spending their discretionary money intentionally and in a way that doesn't continue to enable the very behaviors with corporate interests that don't reflect the values that we hold, because that will speak volumes and it will actually move mountains. And so I want to thank you for powerfully sharing your story and for being here today. My prayers to your family and your father. May he continue to exude the strength that I know our community has this resilience, because sadly we've had to endure this many, many times. This isn't the first time. So God bless you. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Rodriguez, and we look forward to hearing from all of our council districts. Members of the council have been great at facilitating these testimonials in our council meetings, which stay a part of our record forever. And so there will come a day when when we're on the other side of this thing, and we will have the receipts here in the LA City Council. All right, with that, we'll go to our next very exciting presentation, led by Councilmember Rahman of the 4th District, with a very, very special guest.
As many of you as want to come join us will be great. And Council Members Lee and McCosker. Great, amazing. Good morning, everybody. And happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.
I'm so excited to see so many people here for Diwali, one of my favorite holidays. As the first South Asian ever elected to LA City Council, hosting this presentation for the City of Los Angeles feels very important to me, and this is the most exciting presentation of the ones that we've done. Diwali is the Hindu festival of lights. It's a celebration with many meanings. It's a time to gather with family and friends, to celebrate with foods and sweets. It marks the start of the Hindu New Year. And where I'm from in Kerala, Diwali celebrates the defeat of the demon Narakasura by Lord Krishna. But across regions and across the range of Hindu narratives, Diwali symbolizes the triumph of good over evil, of light over darkness. And I have to say, at this moment in America, the message of light over darkness feels particularly poignant. At a time when our nation feels like it has turned its back on our immigrant community, as we so powerfully heard just now, enacting a reign of terror on immigrants, tearing families apart, it hurts me so deeply and so personally. I feel like, as an immigrant to America, and I know this resonates for so many of you, I have never taken this country for granted. I have never taken this city for granted. I have never taken for granted what it has given me and my family, and I have never taken what has made it great for granted. I'm proud to be an American today, but I feel like for many immigrants, these do feel like dark times. But this is why the celebration of Diwali feels particularly welcome, because these shadows will pass and light will remain. And I'm so excited to be celebrating with all of you today. This year's presentation is special for another reason. Governor Newsom signed AB 286 into law this year, designating Diwali as a state holiday, only the third state in America to do so. And this was in no small part thanks to the efforts of the Valley Indian Seniors Association and Nishta Goel, who lobbied and pushed for this. Nishta, please wave. And yes, great, wonderful. And secondly, because the Consulate General of India is poised to open its doors in a few short weeks here in Los Angeles. And today we are joined by our inaugural Consul General, Dr. KJ Srinivasa. Dr. Srinivasa is a senior Indian diplomat with over 23 years of experience, and we're so honored to have him here and to welcome him to be an Angelino. California now has the honor of being the only state to host not one, but 2 Indian consulates, a talking point that I'm using to try and convince my parents to move permanently to Los Angeles. Diwali reminds us that even in our darkest moments, we do have the power to kindle light. And here in LA, we stand united in that light today, as neighbors, as Angelinos, as believers in a more just and compassionate world. I believe so strongly that the lamp that burns the brightest is not lit alone, but it's lit by an entire community coming together. So today, as we celebrate Diwali, let's remember that light. We are that light. Together, we will continue to illuminate that path forward. Thank you so much to all of you for coming here today, for celebrating with us. And with that, I want to pass to my colleague, Councilmember Lee.
Thank you, Councilmember Rahman. It's an honor to join you in celebrating Diwali, the Festival of Lights. Just like you said, Diwali reminds us that light will always overcome darkness, that good will always triumph over evil, and that the knowledge and compassion can guide us, even through the most difficult times. It is a message of hope, generosity, and renewal, values that reflect the best of our community here in Los Angeles. In our busy lives, Diwali gives us a moment to pause and reflect on what truly matters, the love of family, the importance of friendship, and the connections that hold our neighborhoods together. It is a reminder that when we choose to lift one another up, we all shine a little brighter. This year's celebration is especially meaningful, as Councilmember Rahman mentioned, as we welcome the newly established Consul General of India to Los Angeles. This new chapter only strengthens the bond between India and our region and honors the vibrant Indian American community that continues to enrich our city in so many ways. As we celebrate today, let us carry the spirit of Diwali into the year, and let us continue to be sources of light in our own homes, our workplaces, and throughout our city. I wish all of you a joyful and prosperous Diwali filled with laughter, love, and light. But before I leave, I especially want to thank an association that I work very closely with, the Indian Association of Los Angeles, Chairman Kanaksi Zala, President Parmesh Shah, founding member Raman Chadha, and Sunil Agarwal. They are the people here representing IALA, and I just want to say thank you for the friendship, the partnership over the years, for all the different things that we do together, all the different events. Including, like I said last year, many, many weddings, which if you have not been to an Indian wedding, you truly have not experienced life until you go to one. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Councilmember Rahman, for making me a part of this presentation.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
I'd like to welcome now our Councilmember McCosker to say a few words.
Thank you so much. My presence is a tribute to the inclusivity of this beautiful holiday. I went to Councilmember Rahman and said, I love Diwali, can I be part of it? And it's only because I just love the idea of Diwali, and I owe it to my former partner and also a mutual friend, Chaurani Patibanda, who I practiced law with and who I came up with here in Los Angeles. And she exposed me to the beauty of this holiday of light over darkness, of knowledge over ignorance, of clarity over confusion. And she is now, you'll be happy to know, she is now the Secretary of State of the state of Delaware, the first ever Indian American to hold that position, and maybe the only in the United States. And they are celebrating Diwali as well. So I just want to thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of this universal message, so important, as prior speakers have said, of just making sure that we are the light that overcomes darkness. Thank you for your generosity and for your inclusivity and for your example to this country and this world. So have a happy Diwali.
Okay, and before we have a couple more speakers, but I just want to increase the energy in the room a little bit in keeping with the spirit of Diwali. And so I want to welcome our dhol player, Neil, to get us moving. And I encourage all of you, if you're standing, you better not be standing still. And if you're sitting, please get up and stand. Take it away, Neil. Thank you so much to our incredible players. Let's give them a huge round of applause. Beautiful. Next, I'd like to invite Sunil Agrawal from the India Association to say a few words and to introduce our next performers.
Thank you, Council Member Nityananji. On this festive occasion of Diwali, members of the Indian Performing Arts Center and students of Guru Rachna Upadhyay, Anvita Sharma and Prajwalla Srivastava, will present Kathak, a graceful and expressive classical dance from India. Their performance will begin with Sri Ram Stuti, an invocation in praise of Lord Rama, and conclude with a vibrant classical composition in Teen Tal, a 16-beat rhythmic cycle that showcases that intricate footwork and graceful storytelling unique to Kathak. Anvita Sharma is the artistic director of Nityanvitka Kathak Academy and has been teaching Kathak since 2007. After a successful career in nursing and finance, she transited fully into dance in 2022, a devoted disciple of Guru Rachna Upadhyay for over 2 decades. Prajwalla Srivastava is a dedicated student of Guru Rachna Upadhyay at Kathak Kala Academy. A software developer by profession, she gracefully balanced her career in technology with her deep passion in Kathak. With over a decade of rigorous training, Prajwalla continues to pursue the art form with devotion, discipline, and joy. Please join us in welcoming Anvita and Prajwalla as they bring the timeless beauty of Kathak to life of this auspicious evening. Thank you.
पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभाङ्गं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिभिर्ध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम्।
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you to both of you. And now it is my distinct pleasure to welcome, in what I believe is his first return to City Hall, the Honorable former Mayor of the City of Los Angeles and former Ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti.
And former City Council President. Let's welcome the former mayor.
Yes. Council President, thank you so much to colleagues. I spent 12 years of my life here in these seats, 6 of them in that chair. I know how heavy the burden of leadership can feel and how much sometimes this world constricts and feels like it is the weight of an entire city. But I hope today, in a moment of this division and distrust, we can find our dedication to the spirit of Diwali, which is a moment to feel the wings spring and the light emerge, and a moment for us to feel why we are here and how we can join hands together. So thank you for the honor of coming back. I haven't been back here in this building in 3 years, and it's nice to see so much changes in a great way. Welcome all the new faces that are here, and also Harry Edo's still here, so some things never change. And to all of the staff and team that's here, the city family, thank you for embracing, together with our Indian, American, and Hindu community, this festival that for the last 2 years, on behalf of our country and our city, I had the joy of celebrating Diwali at the second largest US mission in the world as our nation's ambassador, where, let me tell you, the party was about as big and as raucous as you can imagine, and I'm sure some of you have seen video evidence of that. But it taught me also that in India, you know, this is a holiday that's probably been celebrated from 14 to 15,000 years, arguably probably the longest continuous human holiday on Earth. And it's celebrated in so many different ways. If some religions are about orthodoxy, Hinduism is about heterodoxy. It's about syncretism. It's about bringing together what in the south may be a holiday looking at Lord Krishna, in the north, Lord Rama. It may be Kali in the east and other deities that are invoked, but a same story and same spirit that I think is stitched throughout that is the idea of 2 things. Not only the light outside you and what we can light to see in dark moments like this, what it means to burn bright, but also the brightness inside you. In fact, one of the stories of Diwali talks about how Krishna slayed an equal deity to him that turned evil. He's actually named after hell in the original Sanskrit. And as he is being slayed, he said to Krishna, "Thank you for slaying me to remind me of how precious life is and that each one of us has this light inside of us." It's like if you brought the lights of Christmas together, the introspection of Yom Kippur and the promise of Hanukkah, you would see the idea of this reawakening inside us. In fact, at 4 a.m. in the South, firecrackers, they call them crackers in, different than our term for crackers, crackers in the South there are firecrackers that are lit at 4 a.m. to awaken the spirit in you, to remind you of the life that lives inside of you, and I hope that we can channel that. One last thing is this is a great Indian city and state and country. When we look at pathbreakers and lights like Councilmember Raman, who is the first elected Indian American to ever be in these chambers, but not the first Indian American to contribute in this room. We see also the first Asian American who was elected to Congress came from this state, a Punjabi immigrant who came to Berkeley in the 20s, studied and got his PhD in mathematics, but was prohibited from owning land or from being able to become a professor. So he went to the Imperial Valley, and as a kind of tenant farmer with a white friend who was able to take the lease of the land, became a successful farmer and then a judge, and was elected in what is now the Inland Empire to be the first Asian American member of Congress in the 1950s. When you see people like Sunita Williams who go into space representing our country, an Indian American woman, when we realize in commerce and in culture and business, and this isn't just an Indian celebration, by the way, from Bali to Bangladesh to Nepal and even Pakistan today, people celebrate, Hindus around the world, the spirit of this and the idea that it connects us. So my only wish for you this Diwali is to feel that light not only outside us that we light together, but may you feel the spirit of that light inside you. And certainly you have given me that inspiration, listening to the work that you are doing to defend our city, to connect our people, and to make sure that light never goes out. Thank you and happy Diwali.
See, I had invited former Mayor Garcetti to dance, but then realized his words are actually even more powerful. So thank you. Now I just want to underscore what is a new connection, a richness of connection between our city and India. I'd like to introduce Dr. KJ Srinivasa. And as a distinguished and dedicated diplomat, he comes to us from serving as the Deputy Consul General in San Francisco. And Dr. Srinivasa is going to lead this new consulate, which is going to serve Southern California, Arizona, New Mexico, and Nevada. And I really am so proud that they're opening a consulate here. Welcome, Dr. Srinivasa.
Good morning, everyone. Namaste. Honorable President Harris Dawson, Honorable Council members Nithya Raman, Mr. Lee and Mr. McCosker, former Mayor Ambassador Eric Garcetti, distinguished members of the City Council, esteemed community leaders, and all friends. It is indeed a matter of singular honor and privilege for me to join you all today at this Los Angeles City Hall. This is such a historic occasion, the celebration of Diwali in this iconic civil landmark. The official proclamation, which will be done shortly by the City Council, the declaration of a state holiday by Governor Newsom, and today evening, the lighting of the City Hall, mark the Festival of Light, and these are gestures that deeply touch the hearts of millions of Indians and friends of India. Diwali, as you all know, celebrates the triumph of good over evil, light over darkness, knowledge over ignorance, and righteousness over despair. It reminds us that even a small lamp can dispel great darkness. This is a timeless message that resonates far beyond any culture or any geography. Diwali, as Ambassador Garcetti was mentioning, is celebrated by the Hindus across the world, but also by 3 other religions, the Buddhists, the Jains, and the Sikhs. This celebration here today indeed reflects the inclusive spirit of Los Angeles, a city that embraces all cultures and celebrates their contributions. The vibrant Indian American community has, through its hard work, innovation, and values, become an integral part of this city's social and economic fabric. As we light the ceremonial lamps today, we symbolize our collective aspiration for peace, harmony, and prosperity. We also reaffirm the growing bonds of friendship between India and the United States, and between the people of India and the people of Los Angeles, and we want to help this to sustain in the future. May the light of Diwali continue to inspire us to build bridges of understanding and to illuminate the path of progress for all of us here. I wish you all a very happy Diwali. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Dr. Srinivasa. And with that, I want to just thank the Council President for giving us space. I know today is not a traditional space for presentations, and I don't often do a lot of presentations here, but I do want to just say that I felt it was important this year to take up a little bit more space than usual to honor Dr. Srinivasa on opening the new office, and to honor our former mayor and ambassador to India, who, I'm not joking, my family members, without knowing the connection that we had, would forward me his speeches and his dances. They sent them to me. They went viral all over India, and he brought, I think, a real sense of the vitality of the connection between these two countries to that role. He was brilliant at it. He was brilliant. And he made Indians feel incredible. And I know that, I know that from seeing my family members respond to what he brought to that. And so I can't wait to see what the Consul General is going to be doing here to make that connection live for us. And I'm grateful to Ambassador Garcetti for serving in that role with so much heart. Is there, sorry.
Yes.
Okay, before
yes,
we give, yes, go ahead.
There are speakers on the queue. We're very excited. Our first big Diwali celebration. So thank you so much for leading it. Councilmember Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember Rahman, and to all of you for being here today to really help bring in some happiness and joy in a moment where we're all, as a country, many of us struggling through so much darkness and difficulty. But when I saw Eric was here, I thought we were going to be graced with a dance. And I was very disappointed that he was not part of the presentation in his artful. I don't know if you know the history of dance with this gentleman, but I mean, maybe we'll invite you back for a celebration of break dance at some point. But it's wonderful to have you all here. And to Mr. Lee's comment, I think the only thing that rivals an Indian wedding is a Mexican-Cuban one. But it's wonderful to have you all here, and thank you so much for sharing. I'm very proud to have a Sikh Gurdwara in my district that we do a lot of partnership with in my community in Pacoima, and the level of connectivity and generosity amongst our shared community support is really wonderful, and I'm thankful for it because you do bring so much color and light and partnership to our city. And for that, I want to thank you all for being here and for honoring us with this celebration today, because it's incredibly important that we continue to take space, even when it's not a traditional day to do it. It's important for us to do it because we are the city that reflects and embraces the diversity as a strength in this country. And for that, I'm very grateful for you to be here.
Councilmember Jurado.
Thank you, Council President. I want to thank Councilmember Rahman for putting this on. This is a really special Diwali. I think having our first Asian American woman on City Council is a huge legacy for you to have put it here. And now there's two, and our Asian caucus is growing, but also, bringing your community here to City Council and feeling seen and making us seen is so important and was so instructive even for me, what you've done. And then also former boss, sir, former mayor, former ambassador, former council president, former boss. It's always nice to see you here. I did text the former staff warned them that you were possibly dancing, but they said, as long as you don't wear a hat, you're okay. And I'm glad you found an audience where that became even more viral than other things you've done. And so I really appreciate and just know that you all are welcome here, and this is your City Hall, and I know Councilmember Rahman will continue to include you and make sure that you feel seen, and we welcome your consulate and the partnership here in LA. So thank you.
Councilmember Hutt.
Good morning. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Councilwoman Rahman, for reminding us about how beautiful it is to push out darkness with this light. My former boss certainly did celebrate, and I was just sharing with the Council President how last year Vice President Harris had a whole Diwali experience. It wasn't just a party, it was an experience in her home. And we were happy to see that. Unfortunately, we're not seeing it there, and I was feeling sad. So I'm so happy that you brought this here. I'm happy also to see our former mayor, council president, and ambassador. I was hoping to see you dance too. I think that the pressure's on, and you should give us a couple of moves. I saw the hands.
Yes.
But I didn't see the whole deal. There you go. There you go. Thank you so much. This brings us all so much joy. Appreciate it.
Councilmember Rahman.
Thank you so much to everyone. And before we close, I did want to just share with everybody that I wore, yellow, red, green. These are all very traditional colors in India, but they also are the Los Angeles city flag. So my sari is actually both the city colors of LA, but also very traditional colors for South India, where I'm from, and for India as a whole. So thank you all so much. And with that, I want to just close this presentation by offering a resolution for Diwali, as well as a recognition and a plaque that I hope the new Consul General will hang proudly in his office. So a resolution for Diwali. I think the plaque is behind you, Councilmember Lee. Yes. And Councilmember Lee will be presenting the plaque.
Look at that.
So Thank you all. Happy Diwali.
Thank you so much. Another big round of applause for Councilmember Rahman and the great presentation that we've had this morning.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. All right, Madam Clerk, what's next?
Mr. President, general public comment is next, sir.
All right, if we can prepare the room for general public comment.
Yes, Mr. President. I will go ahead and read the instructions now. To people providing public comment, when it's your turn to speak, please state which of the agenda items you'd like to speak to. You'll have 1 minute per item, up to 3 minutes total for the items open for public comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can. If you are not on topic, or if we cannot tell whether you are on topic, you will get one brief warning from me or the council president. At that point, you need to get immediately and clearly on topic. If you do not do so, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment on the agenda are items number 1 and 2, and items 7 through 23. Again, the items that are open for public comment on the agenda are items 1 and 2, and items 7 through 23. Members of the public may also speak for up to 1 minute for general public comment. During general public comment, members of the public may speak to any of the items or anything else in a city's subject matter jurisdiction. A couple more announcements, if I could have the interpreters make the first one aloud to the room, please. If you require a Spanish language interpreter, please make sure to pause every few sentences so the interpreters can interpret.
Si usted requiere interpretación en español, por favor haga pausa entre sus oraciones para que el intérprete pueda interpretar.
Don't worry, we will pause your time while the interpreters are interpreting, so you will get the same amount of time as everyone else. Thank you.
No se preocupe, vamos a detener el reloj mientras que el intérprete interpreta, entonces usted tendrá la misma cantidad de tiempo que los demás. Gracias.
Finally, in order to help us run an efficient public comment period and to accommodate as many people as possible, I would ask that you please wait until you hear the name that you signed up under read aloud before lining up. The order in which the names are taken is randomly generated. So once you hear the name that you signed up under read aloud, you can line up in any order on your left-hand side of the council chambers. Thank you.
I will begin by calling the following names: Andrew Grabner, Kristen Peterson, Katie LaFoon, Olivia Stephen Taylor, and TGQ.
Here. About your water bottle, sir.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead and begin with the items. Mr. Herman, if you are not ready, you can wait and let somebody else go ahead of you.
Fucking disabled. Hold on.
Then you can ask for an accommodation. We can provide you with the
That is the
handheld.
accommodation. Hold on.
Can you hold his time?
Mr. Herman, you're disrupting the meeting. That is your first warning.
And Mr. Herman, if you would like, as we've done previously, if you would like to request an accommodation, and as I have told you at the side personally, you can do so and we can provide you with the handheld mic. But you routinely come to these meetings, as you are welcome to do so, but there's no need for you to bring all of your belongings to the front and delay public comment. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Thank you, asshole. Regarding the Rodriguez-Hernandez issue about homelessness, what do you people think homeless is about? Is it about Stephen Taylor? Is it about Shanghai, LA? How about Cody Holmes? Those ring names to your head? Aren't these the people that were indicted, developers involved with housing for homelessness? Isn't that what you're about, ramen noodle? Homelessness, housing? But yet, the corruption is a reality, Eric Garcetti. Hey, Eric, corruption. You're very familiar with this zero tolerance, right, Eric? Hey, Mr. Garcetti, you going to answer the question, please?
Mr. Garcetti is not a member of this body. This is your opportunity to address this body. So please stick to the items and address this body or move on.
Hey, listen, asshole. I'm talking about the municipal construction and permanent loans that you guys got through these assholes is still public money. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm on topic. In addition to that, what about this Sambo issue on housing on 20? Homelessness Committee, Humphreys to the Los Angeles County Affordable Housing Solution. It's all bullshit. Judge David O'Carter knows, even Garcetti knows, that Sambo, Uncle Tom right here even knows that your plum stealing is over. Those days are over.
This is not on the agenda. You're welcome to speak to it during
the
general.
accompanying ordinance for August 7th, Environment Equality
Please speak to that item, or I'm going to move you to general public comment. This is your last warning.
Now, por tu atenciones, cabrones, pinche puto, on my general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Gracias, cabrón puto way.
Thank you, motherfucker.
25002-S86. Who in fucking America believes that you're here illegally gives you the right to the freedoms that we Americans fought for? It is war that gave us America, not illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants come to our fucked up country to take advantage of our fucked up rules, Mr. City Attorney, you fucking fool. Just like you're full of rules, full of bullshit, full of hate, full of radical racism towards disabled people, you motherfucker. So item 9 for the record, regarding the report and resolution by Rodriguez Hernandez and that dumb fucking Yarovsky and that other stupid bitch that's not in here because they're celebrating some shit. If you don't like America, go celebrate your fucking bullshit in your fucked up countries. Thank you, asshole, you stupid
Your
fuck.
time has expired. I would note that we have been very patient with you, both at the committee meeting and at council. Your time has expired. You got your full time. So if we hear you again, you've already been warned and will be subject to removal pursuant to Council Rule 7 and Rule 12. For members of the public who are here for the first time, or if you've been here before, we apologize. We appreciate your patience. Mr. Herman continues to highlight the reason why we need to have these presentations and celebrate holidays from all cultures across the world. We appreciate your patience. Next speaker. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I'm speaking to general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
I'm speaking about Semillas del Pueblo Charter School in CD14. I'd also like to remind people that the council member for CD14 has been conducting City Hall business meetings at her home. I would like to ask the City of LA to immediately shut down Semillas del Pueblo Charter School due to the ongoing criminal activity being conducted there by its instructors and its board of directors. My father was a founder of that school. Since his death, millions of dollars in real estate fraud and intellectual property have been stolen from his only rightful biological heir, myself, and distributed among various instructors and board of directors at Semillas del Pueblo Charter School. I would like to say that Irene Vasquez has personally hired people to break into my home that I lawfully inherited from my great-grandfather. She's hiring people to beat me up.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
Good morning.
Morning.
Audit LA here.
All items?
Yes, sir. And
Okay, and of course.
Yes,
So you have 3
sir.
minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
thank you. And I want to start with Happy Diwali, Miss Raman. That was a lovely presentation. but I'm going to start with number 9, okay? Because this one's a little tough for me because as we all know, Mr. Lee owes me an apology, right? But this is actually a good one because he's trying to take care, right? You're taking care of the neighborhood, right? Taking care of the schools, the Rotary. My dad was in Rotary, the fire department, so I can't be against that. And I feel that since this morning, like I went to one of the really early meetings, which I've never done before, and I feel like Mr. Lee and I had a little bit of a bonding this morning, right? We said hi to each other, and I think that's progress. So I'm going to say, just for today, vote yes on number 9. But until I get my apology, it's going to be no, no, no from now on. But I feel we're making progress. So, and in the celebration of Diwali, we're going to say yes to number 9. When it comes to, I think it's number 7, or the one with the dealing with the improving. I forget. Improving the accessibility. Sorry. Anyway, okay. One thing with the city, when you guys are doing these projects to make it really nice, you're making it even harder for those of us who are in a chair, and I don't think you realize it. I wish you guys, when you're doing this stuff, that you would actually consult people in chairs, because you put all this beautiful rocks and everything, but then you make the call button to where we have to go over these rocks to hit the call button, and then we have to try to come back, and I can send a video to all of you, if that would help, to show you how all these things that seem beautiful in progress to get accessibility are actually creating more of a hindrance. Sometimes I'd rather deal with the bumpy, jagged sidewalks that exist than to deal with these improvements, because you're not doing it from the point of view of people in chairs. And mind you, the city, I go through chair tires, you go through car tires because of these streets. So I would really ask you to fix that. And as far as the median, I want to say no. I mean, yes, I want to help medians, but I want you to, whoever is in charge of taking care of medians, they have to do it, because the Church of Scientology in North Hollywood promised to take care of a median by Burbank and Lancashire, and they have yet. They don't. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. And I think it's disgusting that people want to adopt a median to have their name attached to it and make, oh, we're so great in the community, but then it's horrible. It's horribly kept, lots of trash. They don't keep their promise with it. So you have to be careful. You have to do follow-up when you let people adopt these medians, because it's absolutely ridiculous, right? Like, it should be nice, especially since they have billions of dollars. They could do it nice, but they just don't. So they lied to the community about it, and now we're paying the price with the ugly median.
General public comment?
Okay. Well, I always like to say hi first, and to Smoke and Scan, and glad they're here, seeing all these shenanigans that go on here, so I appreciate that. But I'm here because I want to say that, again, with the Church of Scientology, they had a permit for Saturday and Sunday, but they started setting up on Friday, and magically, when the police went and asked them for a permit, they showed some other secondary permit, and they said there's permits for the event and then a separate permit for the street closure, and that's not how it works. There's nowhere that I can find in the city that they had a permit for Friday. And so this stuff has to stop. And they also have to stop because they still were using their slave wages. The people were making slave wages anywhere from $0 to $47 a week for 110 hours per week. We see them doing it. It's illegal. There's no religious exemption on city property, thankfully, because we are a city, right? That we support our unions and we support people making real wages. Okay, so thank you.
Next speaker.
Public comment, Council.
Good morning. You have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Councilman Rodriguez and Padilla, thank you very much for introducing Council File 1152 regarding convicted sex offenders on neighborhood council boards. There's a woman named Simi Park that works for Mr. Blumenfield. Her position in writing and also on video is a formerly justice involved shall not be discriminated against. That includes convicted sex offenders. She went to the city attorney's office because I was going into convicted sex offenders that were on boards into their criminal case as an intervener to have them removed. Then that toxic little bitch said, I'm being a racist. You're going to be vilified because of Simi Park, that piece of shit motherfucker asshole. Thank you.
Next speaker.
All items and general public comment.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Starting off with item 10, which is a motion from City Staffer B and Harris Dawson to move the Public Safety Committee meeting earlier to 2:30 instead of 3:30. How about you move the public safety meeting to the evening and in the community so that more people can come and... How much time do I have? You never started the clock. But yeah, the public safety committee meeting should be in the evening and in the community so people can come and participate in these meetings instead of having it earlier and earlier in the day to fit Staffer B's schedule or something. It's harder for me to get to 2:30 than even 3:30. So you should make it in the evenings and in the community. So let's move on to item 13, which is lighting up City Hall for Salvadorian American Heritage Day. What are you doing for Salvadorian Americans? Not much. Kind of like how you're not doing much for Indian Americans. That Diwali presentation was more honoring Garcetti, it seemed like. So we have item, let's see, we got a bunch of track maps. Let's see, we have some stuff towards the end. All these maps are really complicated. Okay, let's just go to general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
So, I want to talk about this weekend, last weekend, actually. So, we saw that the LAPD was once again violating restraining orders and court injunctions, a restraining order that you affirmed last Friday that said that the LAPD cannot target journalists during protests. And what did they do? They targeted journalists. They literally targeted a journalist who's suing them for something else specifically fire less lethals at that journalist. There's an injunction that says that they can't use less lethals to move the crowd. They've used less lethals to move the crowd. And it's all in service of supporting and protecting and assisting ICE, which of course, lying Chief McDonnell, who should be fired, keeps lying and claiming they don't do, when in fact they are doing it.
Next speaker.
Before the next speaker begins, I would like to call up Teresa Villegas, Audit LA, Eloriaga Duarte, Vanessa B., Elizabeth Hernandez.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I have a general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
You guys are really going to want to pay attention since you didn't listen to that guy. This morning, I've listened to this council, like the mayor, tell us to film and document ICE operations. And you had the balls to do that while standing next to a victim of this trauma. And yet, a couple blocks away, the biggest ICE operation in our city takes place on a daily basis at the MDC. And LAPD not only prevents us from filming, they attack us and arrest us for standing up for it. LAPD said fuck you to every single person on this council on Saturday at No Kings. They violated the Bain Act by using prior restraint. You told them they couldn't hurt journalists. They said, fuck you, watch us. I watched them pick out journalists, pick them out and shoot them point blank. That's not the federal government, that is our LAPD. They do not respect you, so use the power you have and stand up for us. A 2/3 vote can remove Jim McDonald. Every day we go out there and we risk our freedom. We risk our lives and our safety. Will you do something to help us? We are begging you.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. Good morning.
Buenos días.
Which items would you like to speak to?
¿De cuáles temas quiere comentar?
Comentario público.
Public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Un minuto, adelante.
Me llamo Eulalia Miranda y trabajo en Taco Bell aquí en Los Ángeles.
My name is Eulalia Miranda, and I work in Taco Bell here in Los Angeles.
Estoy aquí para hablar sobre la ordenanza de trabajo justo en la comida rápida.
I'm here to talk about the ordinance for fair work in fast food.
Esta ordenanza aseguraría que los trabajadores de comida rápida conozcamos nuestros derechos en el trabajo y cómo enforzarlos.
This ordinance will allow us fast food workers to know our rights in the workplace and to be able to enforce them.
Como yo no sabía mis derechos, me lastimé mi brazo y me hicieron trabajar lastimada y hasta que la unión me explicó qué derechos tenía fue que pude hacer algo. Ahora ya aprobaron mi cirugía.
When I was working, because I did not know my rights, I had hurt my arm and I was forced to work with an injured arm. And it was then when the union informed me of my rights, I was able to move forward and to understand what I was able to do.
Sé que muchos trabajadores de comida rápida no conocemos sus derechos, enfrentan problemas similares.
And I know that many other fast food workers who do not know their rights are indeed facing similar problems as mine.
Nuestros jefes no quieren que conozcamos nuestros derechos para defendernos y detener los abusos.
Yeah, and our bosses do not want us to know our rights to be able to defend ourselves and to prevent abuse in the workplace.
Necesitamos entrenamientos de una organización externa que no esté a favor de la compañía.
We need training from an external organization that is not in the pockets of the company.
Speaker, your time has expired.
El comentarista se le acabó su tiempo.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Hi, I'm here on item number 4.
Okay, so item number 4, we've already held public comment, but you can speak to it during general. So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
I'll
Go
come
ahead.
back. It's okay, I can come back. I was just confused because they did call my name up.
Oh, no, you can speak. You have 1 minute for general public comment, and you can speak to item number 4 during that time.
Okay, that's
Go
fine.
ahead.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm Teresa Villegas, representing Verizon in support of creating the metal and wire theft reward program. As you know, this issue has been in the news as of late, and there is a big copper wire theft incident that continues to rise throughout Los Angeles. Verizon is working tirelessly alongside law enforcement and city officials to combat this threat. But in reality, it is stark, and the crime is against many Angelenos and cuts out vital communication services throughout Los Angeles and for those who need it most. Thank you for partnering with us to address this crisis. We respectfully request that the city fund for the Heavy Metal Task Force and that we ask for your support for this item. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. General public comment?
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, good morning, council members. My name is Vanessa Bautista. I am the community engagement strategist with Best Friends Animal Society. Just here to invite you all to our annual super adoption event happening November 1st and 2nd at the Rose Bowl. This is Los Angeles' largest adoption event featuring hundreds of adoptable dogs and cats from LA Animal Services and our local rescue partners. It's a fun, family-friendly weekend where Angelenos can make a life-saving difference and maybe meet their new best friend. Events like these help reduce shelter overcrowding, support our city's no-kill efforts, and connect community with vital pet care resources. We'd love to see you there and hope you can participate. Thank you.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you very much, Councilmember Smoking Scan. Let's start with item number 9. Item number 9 is talking about several monetary items, specifically about one of the items is $25,000 for Northridge Women's Club. I'm here to support this because my friend Dana is part of the Northridge Women's Club, and then she taught me that we need to make every single effort to support every single woman. And then because we are supporting women, that I made an executive decision that from now on, I want to legally change my gender from man to woman because I support women too much. So I continue to support the Northridge Women's Club. However, our city attorney is very racist that they only support women in Northridge. Our city attorney does not support women in Skid Row and women in Figueroa. But I am here to support every single woman in city of Los Angeles. It doesn't matter if you're in Northridge or if you're in Figueroa or if you're in Skid Row. Now let's move on to item number 13. All right, Dana, you need to listen carefully. You need to stop having sex right there. All right, item number 13 is about special recognition about Salvadorian American Heritage Day. Yes. I am a proud El Salvadorian immigrant, and I'm a proud member of the Illegal Border Crossing Association. So I ended up in the United States illegally, and then unfortunately President Trump deported me back to El Salvador, and I was in a mega prison for like several months, especially without any ED treatment in the mega prison. So I'm here to advocate to recognize all holidays in El Salvadorian, and I am here to advocate we need to continue to improve the condition in the El Salvadorian mega prison, especially for their ED treatment inside of the mega prison facility. Everyone deserves ED treatment. Thank you very much, Dana. Now let's move on to item number 18, 19, 20. Okay, Dana, you need to stop having sex right there over the phone. All right, item number 18, item number 19 is all about the Affordable Housing Solution Agency. Well, guess what? I got a good news, Dana, because that Los Angeles City, there was recently two so-called developer just indicted, and then right now they are facing federal prosecutions. Why? Because
Speaker, which item are you speaking to?
Because millions of money they
Speaker,
are using.
I need you to identify the item you're speaking to. I'm going to move you to general public comment.
For the affordable housing solutions and the agencies, but again, their affordable housing agencies, they continue to wasting the money without
so
any
you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Without any transparency. So we're going to continue to helping our homeless population, but the thing is that every single millionaire, billionaire developer in the city of LA, they are continue to wasting their money. All right, Dana, okay, you cannot write on his face. No, Dana, get out of his face right now. No, so general public comment, I am here to continue to support our ICE law enforcement. They continue to get attacked. They continue to receive violent threat. They continue to getting illegal doxed by the Los Angeles City Council member, by the illegal, by the Black Lives Matter member, by the woke, by the mob, by the rioters. But I am here to stand in solidarity with every single federal law enforcement, local law enforcement, and then most important, I wish that I can get some of my ED treatment from my favorite nurse, Dana. Thank you very much, Dana. Thank you very much, Smoking Scan. CD1 Spindler.
Good morning, Speaker. Which items would you like to speak to?
Good morning. My name is Olivia Irene Fitzsimmons, and I am standing for Arvin Ali Avant, and I am going to speak on 2 and 1.
Okay, so you have 2 minutes for the items. That's 1 and 2, and then general public comment as well, or just the items?
First paragraph for item 1, and 2, A and B for item 2. I'm standing for Bob Blumenfield for the 3rd District because that's where I reside, on Orange Drive and DeLong Creek Avenue. So for item 2, it says to adopt the following factors to calculate the appropriations limits for 2025-26. And these numbers are not accurately inputted. This says that the number is 0.44% when the actual number is 1.76%. Which equals 1606 times 4, that's the math I did, which is actually 6,424%, which means that the population percent change in the city is actually 6,424% change of the population. And then for item B, the California per capita income change is 6.44%,
So,
which is
Speaker,
actually
you've exhausted your time on item
32%.
2, so I'm going to ask you to move on to item number 1, please.
So there has been an 80.06% missing, and I actually, as a community impact statement, say no.
Okay, so
because there
Speaker, I
has
can move
been
you to
an
general public
80.606%
comment if you'd
missing
like,
of the
but you've
stamina
exhausted your
of
time
what
on
it
item 2.
means to submit information and
Okay, so you have
request
1 minute for general.
9,235,500,368 is not substantial because they're missing 80.06% out of the population income for California. So 80% of the population income is actually missing, and there has been a 6,424% change within the city of Los Angeles. So to adopt the 9,235,505,368 is actually over 80% missing of the fiscal value that should be placed there, and I do not support this notion 25-0600-S45, and that is my time.
Thank you, Speaker. And as we wait for the next speaker to get up, Mr. Herman, I have warned you about this multiple times before. This is not your home. This is a historic building. Do not put your feet up on the pews. So please remove them. I would remind you that you've already been warned before. So please remove your feet from the pews. Now. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you to Representative Hernandez for the injunction. But I just want to play the audio from LAPD escalating on the night of No Kings. This girl is in the back and she is shot. They shoot into the crowd and then she is shot with a non-lethal in the stomach. And I think if I have to hear it.
So can we pause the speaker's time? Speaker, I apologize. So you're welcome. So your time is paused. You're welcome to provide public comment. If you'd like to let us know where the link is, that's fine as well.
Okay.
But this is an opportunity for you to speak as opposed to just playing a video.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I just felt if I had to see that in person and hear someone scream after LAPD shot a young girl in the stomach with a non-lethal just into the crowd after you guys, this council said they couldn't do that and shoot journalists. There's tons of videos that I could send. And yeah, that's all. If you want the respect of LAPD, they don't respect you.
And just as an FYI, because I know this comes up from time to time, if you do have links or if you have written public comment, which I think a link would qualify as written public comment, you can do so or provide that via lacouncilcomment.com, or you can just Google search LA Council comment and it should be the first link that comes up. That's the best way to do it. During public comment or general public comment, it is your opportunity to speak. So you can imagine that if we allowed the playing of videos, everybody would show up with a video to play. So good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Just going to public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go
Nearly every
ahead.
modern device that now rolls out of a factory has been weaponized and equipped with beamforming technology. This is Ron Johnson. He's to the right of Trump. And by the way, him using the word Skynet, I looked it up. It's anyway, you have to look it up yourself. His name, he's a senator from Wisconsin, Ron Johnson. I hope others, I actually thought he was lying, but he's actually an electrical engineer and he sounds like it. Okay, weaponized and equipped with beamforming technology similar to 5G. The antennas in these devices can be as big as a cordless phone antenna or as small as an LED diode. Every device is programmed to wirelessly connect to the deep state. He hates the deep state, Skynet system, and is automatically fed attack profiles for red listed individuals. He hates us, deep state, that's what we are. But I want to give a fair hearing to him.
President Pro Tem, that's all the speakers for the allotted time.
Okay, hold on. Just hold on. Just 1 second.
Okay, we have a few more speakers. We'll stop the line where it is now. We have exhausted our time, but we'll give folks there's only 3 people lined up, so we'll give the folks who are standing there now, but the time is that's it. Okay.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
General comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Daniel Sosa. I want to first thank you guys for your action at the 11th hour on Friday, instructing the city attorney to stop challenging the injunction against LAPD from using certain less lethal weapons against protesters and press. Thank you for breaking from the chief, the mayor, and the city attorney on this important issue. Thank you for doing your best to keep Angelenos safe. However, LAPD assaulted peaceful protesters and verified credentialed members of the press again on Saturday, despite a TRO preventing them from doing just that. It's all on video. They shot at least 1 member of the press with a rubber bullet. They batoned a woman in the head who required 6 staples. LAPD used prior restraint to close off a street in anticipation of protests. They declared unlawful assembly on a peaceful crowd who had not engaged in any property damage or violent behavior whatsoever. LAPD is the entity who broke the law and used violence on Saturday. Why does LAPD have such a problem? LAPD has no idea what they're doing out there. LAPD needs a new chief who is from LA and understands LA, or this city is going to continue to go broke. And I want to remind you that you, the city
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. So,
thank you, sir. Next speaker.
Good morning.
good morning. Which items?
Public comment and pertaining to item 4, or general comment pertaining to item 4?
Sure. So you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Valerie Berkeley, Senior Public Policy Manager for the Los Angeles Area Chamber of Commerce, the largest business organization in the Los Angeles region. The Los Angeles Chamber extends its support in the establishment of a metal wire and theft rewards program. The Chamber has advocated for the city to prioritize addressing wire and metal theft, as it has been a significant and persistent issue costing the city tremendous amounts of money in damaged infrastructure for utilities and telecommunications, leading to significant delays in repairs. We support the creation of a trust designated to reward individuals who provide information leading to the identification, apprehension, and conviction of those responsible for metal and wire theft from city property. The Chamber also supports an annual report to track fund activity to ensure the money is rewarding citizens for the participation in the program. Thank you for giving us extra time.
Next speaker.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
Hi, good morning. Item number 4, please.
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Appreciate that. Good morning, Mr. President and honorable city council members. I'm Noel Palais, representing AT&T External Affairs in Greater Los Angeles. AT&T strongly supports the city's proposed ordinance for a tiered reward program to combat copper theft and related crimes. Copper theft has reached crisis levels, with Los Angeles experiencing the highest rate in California. In 2025 alone, AT&T has faced more than 1,800 copper theft incidents statewide, over 95% of them occurring here in Los Angeles. In the county, losses have already exceeded $26 million. When copper theft cables are stolen, it disrupts essential communications, including access to emergency services. To address this, AT&T is pursuing legislative reform, partnering with law enforcement, and hardening our infrastructure, such as securing entry points and deploying surveillance technologies. AT&T is committed to being part of the solution, and we thank the City Council and law enforcement for your leadership and partnership on this urgent matter. Thank you.
Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
I would like to speak on general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Absolutely. My name is Michael Evenkamp. I live in the Valley. While I appreciate the words about fighting ICE and investing in defensive communities with respect, I feel like it's just words. You mentioned action groups reporting ICE. I've been in those groups in the Valley, checking on day laborers, protecting people. And not once have I seen a council member show up to help. Not once I've heard anyone here call out LAPD's presence at the Metropolitan Detention Center, guarding the very people responsible for these kidnappings. I do appreciate that this council shut down the city attorney and LAPD's attempt to appeal the rule protecting press at protests, but that rule was still broken on Saturday. Press were targeted, protesters were hurt, and even one LAPD car drove into a crowd and hit someone. How is that accountability? Today, I hope to hear real action, some acknowledgement of the 100+ U.S. citizens taken by ICE without due process or dignity. But again, it's just platitudes. You are city council, you have the power. Cities like Portland and Chicago.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. And again, if you run out of time or if you'd like to provide additional public comment, you can always do so in writing at lacouncilcomment.com. Good morning, sir. Which items would you like to speak to?
Public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Delmar Thompson. I'm from Marina Del Rey. My dog was brutally attacked in Birch Park on September 8th, and I went down and tried to get him out of the mouth of the dog that attacked him, who weighed 100 pounds. My Chihuahua weighed 8 pounds. And there is no law on the books to put a dog that kills another dog to sleep. And thousands of people have little small dogs. This dog brutally attacked him. The guy didn't even pull him back. I went down, I fought, I got him out of his mouth, he was still alive, and the dog jumped with me on his back and grabbed him again and killed him. I'm shattered, and animal control can't do anything, LAPD can't do anything. They need to make a law that if a dog kills another dog, he has to be put to sleep, period.
Okay, thank you. Okay, that concludes public comment, the time allotted, the extended time, and we've exhausted all the speakers that have come today. So what is before us now?
Mr. President, council may now vote on items 1, 2, as well as 7 through 23, sir.
Okay, those items are now before us. Does any member wish to be heard? Seeing no speakers on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll and tally the votes.
13 ayes. Mr. President, Councilmember Rahman requested 17 to go forthwith, sir.
Okay, without objection, so ordered. Okay,
Next would be item number 3, and that was called special by Councilmember Rodriguez for a separate vote.
okay. Does Councilwoman or anyone wish to be heard on this item? Seeing no members on the queue, let's open the roll. Close the roll and tally the votes.
12 ayes, 1 no.
Okay, what's next?
Next would be item number 4, and that was called special by Councilmember Park and Hernandez, and there is an amendment on item 4, motion Lee Rodriguez.
Okay. Do any members wish to be heard on this item? Seeing no members on the queue, can we take this as amended?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll take it as a friendly amendment and we will vote on the item as amended. Let's open the roll. Close the roll and tally the votes.
11 ayes, 2 noes.
Okay, the measure is agreed to. Next item.
Final item is item 5, and that was called special by Councilmember Hernandez for comments, please.
Okay, that item is now before us, and we will begin with Councilwoman Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. Thank you, colleagues. I rise to stress the need to protect the well-being of our communities in Council District 1. Today, I'm asking for your support to approve the report and adopt the resolution to extend our interim control ordinance in the Cornfield Arroyo Seco Specific Plan. Doing so will help protect the health and well-being of many Angelinos. The ICO helped stop a flood of new warehouses and distribution centers from poisoning our neighborhoods, communities like Chinatown, Lincoln Heights, and Cypress Park, which are already in the top 3% of the state for pollution. These are working-class immigrant families breathing toxic diesel fumes every day. They suffer from the highest rates of asthma, their kids are getting sick, and their parents are getting sick. We passed this ICO to give the city time to create a permanent plan. We approved an updated CASP last October to get permanent regulations on the books, but now we face a dangerous gap. Our temporary protections expire on November 10th. Unless this one-year extension is adopted, the permanent ordinances aren't operative until early 2026. This creates a dangerous loophole for unscrupulous developers. I know this because just last year, a company was ready to drive diesel trucks right through Lincoln Heights at the expense of an elementary school. We cannot and we will not allow a gap in our laws to create a gap in our commitment to environmental justice. Colleagues, I ask for your aye vote. Thank you, Plum Committee, for hearing this item and giving it thoughtful consideration, and to the City Attorney and Department of City Planning for working to finalize the amended CASP. Thank you so much.
Okay. Seeing no other members on the queue, let's open the roll, close the roll, and tally the votes.
13 ayes.
Measure is adopted.
Mr. President, there is also a request to have item 3 go forthwith, sir.
Okay, without objection, so ordered. Is that clear the desk?
Council has motions for posting and referral, sir.
Okay, without objection, they are posted and referred.
That clears the desk, sir.
Great. All right, we will move to announcements. Colleagues, looking to my left and right, any announcements? Seeing no announcements, let's rise for adjourning motions. Looking to my left, colleagues. Council President Harris Dawson.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I will be joined shortly by the brother and sister and family of one of our city's great champions, the one and only Kent Wong, perhaps one of the mightiest warriors for justice and for working people this city has ever known. We lost Kent in the past couple weeks after a long life and proud legacy of fighting on behalf of working people and helping build the labor movement in this city. He served as the director of the UCLA Labor Center for over 30 years and worked to build bridges between academia, grassroots organizing, and the labor movement. Labor education became a hallmark of his work and something that got regularized or normalized in our society as a result of his work. Most recently, in the wake of the raids and a couple of tough protests that we have had, Kent was part of the leadership that organized big teach-ins on how to do nonviolent social direct action at the convention center. Before his time at the Labor Center, he served as a staff attorney for SEIU for representing our city workers and then Local 660. He was the founding president of the Asian Pacific Asian American Labor Alliance and the United Association for Labor Education. He was instrumental in securing not only our UCLA Labor Center and building out what we now appreciate in District 1 as the Jim Lawson Center, but getting labor centers at all the UCs around the state of California. So folks are looking at working issues in various parts of the state. He was a colleague, a friend, and a mentor, and one of those people that was very trusting, very touching. He was, mild-mannered, very sort of proper, but once the ignition turned, the fire that would come out of Kent would always knock you back a few steps because he would turn literally into a different character when he was fighting on behalf of working people. And so I'm happy to be joined by his brother and sister here today. But there is such a huge family of people, both his immediate family, his wife, Jay Lee, and his children, but also the larger activist community and labor community. Almost all of us were touched by Kent in a very, very deep way during our time. And so with that, I ask colleagues that we adjourn in the resilient and triumphant memory of Kent Wong.
Thank you. Mr. Soto Martinez, wish to add on?
Yeah, thank you so much, Council President, for leading this today, and I'd like to be added to that. I think I speak for a lot of folks. I was just absolutely just very sad about the passing. I met Kent very many years ago as a young organizer. Actually, he came to speak to one of our staff union retreats, and I was just like completely ignited by his passion and desire to fight, and he would become someone that I've ran into so many times over my career. Some of the more senior folks of the union knew him at a deeper personal level, but I remember after winning my election, he was just so happy. He was so happy because even though some of the senior leadership knew him better, we all came from the same family. It's like it was just reminding me of many times traveling the country and meeting union folks, another part of the country, and then you just immediately have a connection because you come from the same lineage. And certainly he came from that, the teachings of Reverend James Lawson, the union activism, being part of the fabric of our union, so many things. And I know that one of the last things he did was leader training at the convention center, where 1,300 people were trained on nonviolent direct action, even in the face of everything that was happening in the city. So I know his loss will be deeply felt by so many people. However, he leaves an incredible legacy of hundreds, if not thousands, of people that have been trained and walked through the doors of the UCLA Labor Center. So it's a lot of pain, but also there's a lot to celebrate and hopefully to emulate, especially in this time. But thank you for doing this today, Council President.
Councilwoman Rodriguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Harris Dawson. And I think it would be apropos if we made this a full council adjournment. His legacy was so far reaching, and one could only hope that in the life that you lead, that you would leave such a lasting imprint and legacy. And there's no question that his life was lived in such a manner that it leaves profound and deep impact across our city, across our nation. It's just, it's the pebble in the pond, and the ripples from his life lived will forever be felt by so many. And so one can only hope to have such an inspiring legacy with how he lived his life and his sense of purpose. And so my deep condolences to you all and of course the family and everyone who's mourning his loss. But I can think of no person more deserving of a full council adjournment than Kent, for everything that he's done for our city, for everything that he's led for working people. And we are a better city because of him. So thank you. May he rest in peace.
Thank you. Councilwoman Padilla.
I agree, Councilmember Rodriguez. I can't think of a more appropriate person to get it from the full council. It really broke my heart when I found out that he left us. I knew that he was dealing with health issues, and for me, I got introduced to him at the UCLA Labor Center when I was doing the Community Scholars Program, and that just kind of showed how he was a believer in not just empowering folks through formal places like labor, but also bringing together community-based experts as well as grad school students, like just constantly tapping into different populations of future leaders. And I'm so honored that I was able to be part of that program and that experience, because those are the reasons why people like myself and Hugo make it to these places. So he's technically part of our story. So my condolences to the family and a big hug to Jaylee. Thank you. May you rest in peace.
Councilwoman Hernandez.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Council President. My deepest condolences to you and your family. Kent has left a mark in this entire city, but in particular in MacArthur Park, a neighborhood that, the media and others try to undermine as a neighborhood that we should turn away from, that is not good, that is dangerous, it's dirty, but it's not. And Kent spent many years in MacArthur Park investing in a foundation that many neighborhoods throughout the city now get to organize because of that foundation. And his imprint there will be forever. And I'm incredibly grateful for you supporting him in all of the work that he's done, but just, for loving him and helping us build a better city. And that's what he did. And may he be resting in the warm embrace of our ancestors. But just so you know, he lives in the city forever. There's nothing that can be done to erase that impact. And thank you so much. And I'm deeply, deeply sorry for your loss. Thank you.
Thank you. He was a great Angelino. May he rest in power with a adjourning motion signed by all council members. May he rest in peace. Are there any other adjourning motions? Seeing none, go out and serve the city. This meeting is adjourned.